7:25. I'm still here, Angela Martin.
Yes, Lord.
On a Monday. I made it through the weekend and I'm back at work.
Made it through the storm.
Yes, Inspiration 1390 has your $50,000 breakthrough with 13 chances to win. The next time you're going to hit the sounder is going to be at 8:35. I'm talking fast because I got somebody on the phone I want to talk to real quick.
Yes.
And it is none other than the preaching machine himself,
Bishop Keith Smith.
Good morning, you guys.
Lord Jesus.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, Pastor.
There is a big smile on my face.
Bishop Smith, we've been looking for you.
Listen, let me tell you something. I am so honored to be on with you guys this morning. I had one of my friends, one of my sons in the ministry. His sister is from Chicago. She lives in South Carolina. She listens to you guys every morning on the internet.
Wow.
That's how I found out that you guys were playing a clip from my sermon on YouTube.
Let me ask you this. Now, where are you from?
I'm originally from a little town in Mississippi called Cleveland.
Look at that.
I'm from Cleveland, Mississippi.
And you live there now?
No, I live in South Carolina now, but I was born and raised in Mississippi.
All right, so are you pastoring in South Carolina?
Yes, I pastor the Cathedral of the Holy Spirit Bible Church
Look at
here
that,
in
Angela.
Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Spartan who?
Yep.
Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Pastor, you a trip. You know that.
Spot who? Is this a movie named Spartan?
Spartanburg.
So now, how long have you been pastoring?
I've been preaching since I was 10 years old. I'm 47 years old. I'm in my 38th year in ministry, and I've been pastoring for the last 30 years.
So by the way you preach, I know you are a great singer. I can tell that.
I sing also.
Oh, of course. Of course. I know you do.
Yeah, I do. I
So
sing.
who are your favorite preachers?
Donald Parson is my favorite preacher.
Wow, we love him too.
We
Locals.
I grew up listening to him. I used to come to Chicago when I was a kid and preach at over on 47th and Kings Drive at Mount Pisgah.
Yes!
When old man Joe Wells was alive, and then I used to run revival over on Roosevelt and Pulaski over at the Mercy Seat Baptist Church when old man Amos Waller was alive. So I've been around for a while.
So you came through the Baptist denomination.
Yes, I grew up. I grew up in the Missionary Baptist Church, and of course, some years ago I was a consecrated bishop. I was the only bishop in the Missionary Baptist Church in the state of South Carolina. Of course, they kicked me out, which was great. I didn't have no problem in that. I was pastoring a church that was over 100 years old, and I started laying hands on folks and speaking in tongues, and they told me I had to go. So, hey, I just got up and left. That was the end of that.
So listen, we're going to play a clip of you preaching. Man, let me tell you something. You the man.
You are amazing, Bishop Smith.
I love you.
So amazing.
I just did it with a big grin on my face when I'm hearing you. And I had you. Let me tell you something. I got another preacher friend of mine, Pastor Sean, and we go work out we're on the treadmill running. I said, look, I found this guy on YouTube. I put his headset in and let him hear you. He stopped the treadmill and ran around the building.
You are so great.
Well, I want you to know Chicago love you, and we're going to talk to our program director.
We want to meet you soon.
Set something up that you can come into this city, and we're going to give you 10 minutes. You don't need long.
Listen, whatever you give me, man, I would be honored. And let me thank you, Pastor, for playing my clips. And Angela, I just appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you so much,
for what you guys
Bishop.
are doing for me. I know you have a choice of anybody that you could play. But hey, I'm so grateful. I've been looking at you two on YouTube. You crazy, man.
I need help. For real. You my best sit-down preacher. You know that, don't you? You my sit-down preacher.
Hey, let me tell you this, Pastor Hammond. I've been sitting down preaching for the last 10 years, okay? Everywhere I go, I sit down and preach. Occasionally at home, I stand up and preach. But let me tell you this right quick. I used to weigh 700 pounds.
Wow.
Okay, and I had gastric bypass surgery. I've lost 300 pounds since that time. And during that course, I was in a head-on collision at 80 miles an hour outside of Atlanta, and it messed up my right leg. So as God was bringing me back from the surgery, my leg got messed up. And so I just said, you know what, just bump it. I'm just going to go and sit down. And people know me all over the country and out of the country for sitting in that chair. So
you put a monitor in front of you so you can hear yourself, and you go for broke.
It's amazing.
That man gonna make me throw an offering at the computer. I love you, man.
It's our pleasure to speak with you.
All right, Chicago. He is My bishop, Bishop Keith Smith.
Whatever you're going through, yes, Lord, I've stopped by to tell you God is still blessing us. Did you hear me? So what if health care doesn't pass today? I've come to tell you there is still a balm in Gilead. There is still a physician in town. I've come to tell you, so what? Yes, Lord, if the stimulus hadn't reached you yet, God still has a way of blessing us in the midst of it. And can I get a witness? All things work together for the good. I've got to quit. For those who love the Lord and who are called according to his promise. Shake somebody's hand and tell your neighbor, in this season, I'm coming out with my hands up. Is there anybody? Is there anybody in here who knows?
The Jiffy Lube Signature Service Oil Change includes a safety check. Save $10 and get 20% off select services. Visit ChicagolandJiffyLube.com or text Jiffy to 55678. Standard text messaging rates may apply.
A debt relief agency practicing bankruptcy.